What is up, everybody? It's Grateful Games. We are back in Rising World, and today's going to be an informative one. We're going to be showing off some things here. Look at all the chests. It's been a bit in the making, in the background. That's why I had to harvest the hemp the other episode nonchalantly. We've been making lots of stuff, man, in the background for this episode. Ever since Chris OP, a good commenter, he commented about the clothing and there not being any stats or anything until you build it. Let's take a look, guys. So the first one in the section is gonna be outfits, I guess. So you got the fur coat and the robe. Of those two, let's take a look. So I think it goes like this. The fur coat, protection 30, insulation 120, waterproof 50%, stamina minus 15. So it does have a bit of a debuff. So just looking at these two, and we'll pick the one that's the best. So we'll put it bottom row. So the fur is going to be the best case scenario for that. So next we've got the tops. So there's a bit of a different tops. So we've got insulation 50 minus 15 stam, insulation 60, but it's waterproof 40, 10% protection, 80 insulation, 60 waterproof, minus 5% debuff on the stamina. So 20 insulation, 40% waterproof, 150 insulation, 50% waterproof, 20 insulation, 40% waterproof, and then the winter jacket, obviously 30 protection, 300 insulation, 90% waterproof with only 20% stamina. So I think it's safe to say that that's going to be by far our best. Now I can only assume, for the sake of the desert, that insulation doesn't mean insulation for hot weather, because basically in the hot weather I feel like the only thing you can do is just run around in your freaking underwear and a mining helmet, for nighttime. So we'll just leave all that stuff up there. We'll just go in terms of cold for right now. We got next is the pants. We got the pants, just pants. So we've got old cloth, jeans, and shorts. Let's take a look at those, see what those guys are looking like. Old cloth, 60 insulation, 50% waterproof. Jeans, 90 insulation, 10 protection, 60% waterproof. And then the shorts, 5 protection, 20 insulation, 60% waterproof with a plus 5 stamina. So I guess that would be a stamina recovery. So I guess we would say jeans for cold, and then shorts for warm, maybe? No. We'll keep the same idea. We'll keep the same thought process as we did over there. Next, we got the shoes. I think you guys know enough right there. Shoes. Some shoes, sandals, trekking boots, some different stuff. Rag shoes, insulation 40, stamina minus 5, sandals, insulation 5, waterproof 95%, minus 10 stamina. Old leather shoes, plus 50 insulation, 95 waterproof. Wow. Did not realize that. I've been sleeping on the boot or the old leather shoes. Plus 10 stamina also. I think we'll go ahead and put that down there for now. 10 protection, 120 insulation, 80 waterproof. Those are pretty good in itself. Ooh, I take that back. 20% stamina plus. So I guess regen. And then 20 protection, 200 insulation, and 90% waterproof. Wow. Sneakers. 60 insulation, 90% waterproof with a positive 25 stamina. Wow. So 20. So just because of the. Yeah, so just honestly, just because of the insulation and the protection, I'd say the trekking boots are a little bit better. They're worth that 5%. Sorry about that, guys. That was a spammer. I forgot to mute again. Back-to-back episodes. The last pair of sneakers, the blue pair. 60 insulation, 90% waterproof, and 25 stamina regen. So they're the same as the gray sneakers. What do we got next? We got some armor. Leather armor, knight's armor. All right. Ooh, all right. Let's take a look there. So the leather armor, 60 protection, 40 insulation, 95 waterproof with a minus 20 stamina. So a debuff in stamina. And then the knight's armor, personal favorite, 450 protection, 80 insulation, 95 waterproofing with a minus 75 on the stamina. I think it's worth it, guys. I really do. I don't know if he intends it to be that tough, because it's early access. Here you go, have a bone, but I enjoy it. I quite enjoy it. All right, so let's get down to the hats. Now the hats are a bit of a mix. As you can tell, we've got something like the I call it a baklava, but I don't think balakalov shiesty. So you've got the shiesty mask, and then there's like stuff for the hot weather. Obviously like a safari boonie, sombrero. You can only assume the mining helmet. So there's some variations in there. So once again, sorry about that, guys. So we've got the insulation is 100. You guys can read the name. I won't kill you guys with all the names. Insulation is 100. Waterproof is 80. Pilgrim hat, 5 protection, 30 insulation, 80 waterproof. Felt hat, insulation 50, waterproof 50. Wizard hat, protection 5, insulation 40, waterproof 60. So far it's looking like the shiesty mask is going to be the best bet in terms of cold. We haven't come across any warm. I guess we'll put the cowboy down there, safari, boonie, sombrero. We'll put those down there just because those are warm weather. I don't want to jack up the order there. It took me forever to get this stuff all not only crafted but nice and organized. So let's go to the sombrero. Sombrero's 10 insulation, 100% waterproof, minus 10 stamina. Fedora, 5 protection, 30 insulation, 80 waterproof. Insulation on the fez is 5, waterproof is 50. Woolly, 150 insulation, 20 waterproof. So definitely want to go with the shiesty mask. Christmas hat, 150 insulation, 20 waterproof. That's actually like somewhat decent, surprisingly. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. Like that's better than the felt hat. Minus the protections, better than the wizard pilgrim. So it's actually pretty good. All right, so looks like ball caps. I would still say this is still cold weather. These are all basically cold weather. That's why I'm lumping them together. So the ball cap or cappy, insulated 20, waterproof 90. The camo cappy is insulated 20, waterproof 90. Same. The cylinder or top hat, I guess, would be 30 insulation, 80 waterproof. Excuse me, guys. Ushanka is 200 insulation, 50 waterproof. So, ooh, we got some competition, fellas. Some competition. Jester's hat, 10 insulation, 50 waterproof. Captain hat, 20 insulation, 90 waterproof. Chef's hat, 10 insulation, 20 waterproof. Crown, 5 protection, 100% waterproof. Interesting choice. Jockey helmet, 20 protection, 30 insulation, 100% waterproof. That I do see. And then the red coat hat, 5 protection, 20 insulation, 80% waterproof. So of the warm items, this is what it looks like. of the warm items, everything above, I would have to say this is definitely going to be one, and this is going to be one. Now let's go ahead and put these back. 10 insulation. Now this is assuming, guys, that there is no insulation towards hot or cold. It's just considered cold across the board. So regardless if I have a boonie hat on or a wizard hat on, because they both have insulation, I'm gonna get hot in both. That's why we're not including those, but obviously sombreros 10, boonies 30, safaris 10, and the cowboys 30. So it would be between the cowboy and the boonie, but because the cowboy gives you a little bit of protection, you go with the cowboy. But argument's sake, I don't think the game works like that right now. So here's our 2 W's right there. There we go, fellas. Honestly, you do have the snow, like you do deal with the snow, and I think 100's plenty, but those are the 2 best right there. Now, down to the odds and ends, guys. We got the miner's helmet, 20 protection, 10 insulation, 90 waterproof, provides light. Safety helmet, 30 protection, 20 insulation, 100% waterproof. Safety helmet with a lamp, 30 protection, 20 insulation, 100% waterproof. Same thing as the safety helmet. Climber's helmet, 30 protection, 20 insulation, 100% waterproof. So same thing as the safety helmet with lamp and without lamp. And then the climbing helmet with lamp, 30 protection, 20 insulation, 100%. So go with the climbers. Well, what do you think's more strong? Wouldn't it be a safety helmet? Because like steel and stuff, steel is going to hurt more than you falling on some rocks. And then the last but not least, guys, I figured I'd make these even though like I couldn't make all of them just because I needed different colored hides and shit like that. So it was a little bit. But nothing gives you like anything crazy. I thought there might be some like funny stats, but there you go, guys. There's all of that. So we got the bunny ears, the mask, the mask. There's a couple variants of different things. Bear mask, pig mask, goat mask, wolf, and the teddy mask. So as far as the ultimate, let's do this. We'll do the fur coat, the winter jacket, the jeans, and I don't know if you can wear all these. Trekking boots. That's my knight's armor. A knight's armor. And what do we go for, guys? The ultimate warmth. The ultimate warmth. Let's do it. Let's do it, fellas. So let's see what all we can put on. So let me take my helmet off. Give me my helmet. Put it up there. Alright, so you see that, guys? It's one or the other. You're not wearing fur coat. Or wait, does that say fur coat? It does. So my mistake. So, of the winter jacket and the fur coat, we got to put that fur coat back, guys. So we got the fur coat on. Jeans. Trekking boots. And the, excuse my language, the Ushanka. So what is our grand total? We don't have a total stat bar either of that. So that's unfortunate. But let's do some quick math. Unless you guys are seeing something I'm not. The best in the game insulation is 200 plus 300. That's 5 plus 90, 590. plus 200, 790. So we can achieve 790 insulation with a peak of 90% waterproof and a stamina regen of 20%. That's pretty cool. So let's see, can we real quick before we finish up, wanted to make more of an informative episode this go around. Can we put on, probably not. Nah, I didn't think so. Oh, you see the little icon now next to the, that's new. It must have been last update. So you cannot do that. That's unfortunate. But still, though, they provide pretty good. Where did that helmet go? Oh. They still provide pretty good insulation. With all of this, you're completely fine. You don't need the extra 200. I think that right there, that's the ultimate insulation. And then as far as like the desert goes, man, you're just running around like this. Actually, this is mine. You're just running around like this. So hopefully the dev could get the mechanic worked out, so that we're able to have insulation values go both ways. Now I don't know what to do with all this. I guess I'm just gonna throw it all away, grind it up, I guess. Oh, you know, that's what I also wanted to try. I already know the answer, but let's just do it together. Yeah, you're not putting it over. I didn't think so. It was like that last time I checked, so. But alright, fellas, I think that's going to do it for us here. If you guys ended up enjoying yourself, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. It's Grateful Games. Peace!